Good morning, good people. Let me say this, 2025 is not the year for excuses. It's the year for execution. It's the year you finally look yourself in the mirror and say, 2025 is not the year for excuses. It's the year for execution, plain and simple. Too often we hold ourselves back, not because we lack the ability, but because we let excuses rob us of our opportunities. Let me tell you something. Nobody cares about your excuses. Life does something for you to figure it out, and the world isn't going to wait while you decide whether you're ready. You've spent enough time overthinking, doubting, waiting for the perfect moment. Guess what? The perfect moment doesn't exist. The only moment you have is right now. And here's the thing, you owe it to yourself to stop with the excuses. You owe it to the version of you that's been dreaming, planning, and hoping for years. That version of you doesn't need more promises or resolutions, it needs action. Every time you choose comfort over effort, fear over faith, or hesitation over commitment, you're letting yourself down. You're breaking promises to yourself. And nothing destroys your confidence faster than knowing you've been holding yourself back. Think about all the times you say, I'll start tomorrow, I'll do it when I feel ready. How many tomorrows have come and gone? How many times have you looked at your goals and thought, if only I had started back then, I'd be so much further ahead now, that's what exclude. And time is the one thing you'll never get back. 2025 is the year to take your power back. It's the year you stop being a victim of your circumstances and start taking ownership of your life. No more blaming other people. No more waiting for someone else to come along and make it easier for you. It's on you. If you want to change your life, you have to change your choices. If you want different results, you have to take different actions. It's not about waiting for a sign or for motivation to magically appear. It's about deciding that you're worth it and doing the work whether you feel like it or not. And let's be real, it's not going to be easy. There will be days when you're tired, frustrated, and tempted to quit. There will be moments when it feels like nothing is working and no one understands the grind you're putting in. But here's the truth. Those are the moments that separate the people who win from the people who stay stuck. Because anyone can show up when it's easy. The real test is whether you can show up when it's hard. You owe it to yourself to fight through those tough moments. You owe it to the version of you that doesn't want to look back at the end of 2025 and feel regret. You owe it to the person inside of you who knows you're capable of more, who knows you were made for something bigger than just getting by. Stop playing small. Stop settling for good enough. You were not put here to live an average life. You were put here to thrive, to grow, to push yourself beyond what you thought was possible. This isn't about proving anything to anyone else. This is about proving something to yourself. It's about looking in the mirror and knowing you gave everything you had every single day. It's about building the kind of self-respect and confidence that comes from knowing you kept your promises to yourself. Because let me tell you, the world doesn't reward excuses. The world rewards effort, consistency, and resilience. When you stop making excuses and start showing up for yourself, something amazing happens. You start to see progress. You start to feel momentum. And that momentum builds confidence, which fuels even more progress. It's a cycle, but it all starts with you taking that first step right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready. Right now. This year, I want you to stop asking, what if I fail, and start asking, what if I succeed? I want you to stop letting fear hold you back and start letting your vision pull you forward. You are stronger than you think, more capable than you are. And the only thing standing between you and the life you want is your willingness to go after it. So no more excuses. No more waiting. No more playing small. You owe it to yourself to make 25 the year you stop dreaming about what could be and start creating what will be. Show up for yourself every single day and watch what happens. Because when you commit to the process, the results will take care of themselves. This is your time. You owe it to you. Let's get it. You are responsible for your life. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to push you, and nobody is going to do the work for you. That's the hard truth. You might have people cheering you on, but it's up to you to show up, to put in the effort, and to fight for the life you want. The sooner you realize this, the sooner you can take control and stop waiting for things to fall into place on their own. Look around you. Every single person who's achieving success, every person who's living their dream has made the decision to take full responsibility for their life. They've embraced the fact that their choices, their actions, and their effort dictate the results they get. No one handed it to them. It wasn't luck or magic, it was their willingness to take ownership of the future. And here's the thing, this isn't about blaming anyone or anything for where you are right now. It's not about looking back at what went wrong or who didn't support you. That's in the past, and it can't be changed. What matters is what you do next. Are you going to stay stuck in the blame game, or are you going to take responsibility and start building the life you deserve? Because let me tell you, as long as you're waiting for someone else to fix it, you're giving away your power. Taking responsibility is liberating. It means you don't have to rely on anyone else to make things happen. It means you don't have to wait for permission, approval, or the right time. It means you have the power to create change starting right now. The moment you decide to take full responsibility, everything shifts. You stop being a victim of your circumstances and start becoming the author of your story. But let's be real, it's not easy. Taking responsibility means you have to own not just the wins, but the mistakes, the missed opportunities, and the times you've let yourself down. It means looking yourself in the eye and saying, this is on me. If I want better, I have to do better. That's not easy to admit, but it's necessary. Because once you take ownership, you can start making changes. You can stop waiting for the perfect circumstances and start creating them. And don't get it twisted. This isn't about being perfect. It's about progress. It's about showing up every single day and giving your best effort. Some days your best might be extraordinary. Other days it might just be getting out of bed and pushing through. But as long as you're taking responsibility and moving forward, you're winning. Taking responsibility also means letting go of excuses. It means you stop saying, I can't, because and start saying, how can I? It means you stop blaming your past, your circumstances, or other people for why you're not where you want to be. Because as long as you're holding on to excuses, you're giving yourself permission to stay stuck. And you owe it to yourself to break free from that cycle. Let me ask you something. How would your life change if you stopped making excuses and started taking action? How much closer would you be to your goals if you stopped waiting and start doing? Imagine what you could accomplish if you committed right now to taking full responsibility for your future. It's not about waiting for a perfect plan or the perfect moment. It's about taking the next step, even if it's small. It's about showing up for yourself even when it's hard. Because the truth is, the only way to move forward is to start. The only way to grow is to take action, even when you're scared or unsure. When you take responsibility, you also take control. You realize that you're not at the mercy of your sources. You have the power to shape your life. And with that power comes a freedom to dream bigger, to take risks, and to create a future you're proud of. So stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop looking for someone to give you permission. You already have everything you need to succeed. You just have to take responsibility for using it. It's time to step up, take control, and own your journey. You owe it to yourself to stop holding back. You owe it to yourself to take responsibility for your life, your choices, and your future. This is your time, and the only thing standing between you and the life you want is your decision to claim it. No more excuses, no more waiting. You've got this. Now go make it happen. You can't bring the same weak energy into 2025 and expect different results. It's time to leave behind the old mindset, the half-hearted efforts, and the excuses that have been holding you back. This year, if you want something you've never had, you're going to have to become someone you've never been. That means leveling up, not just in your actions, but in your mindset, your focus, and your discipline. Think about it. Every big achievement you've ever wanted, every dream you've ever had requires a version of you that's sharper, hungrier, and more committed than the one standing here today. You can't coast your way to greatness. You can't wish your way to success. You have to work for it, fight for it, and show up for it every single day. And that starts with a new mindset. What does that look like? It looks like showing up with intention. It looks like making decisions that align with where you want to go, not where you are right now. It looks like cutting out distractions and focusing on what really matters. Most importantly, it means letting go of the beliefs that have been keeping you stuck. The belief that you're not ready. The belief that you don't have what it takes. Those thoughts, they're lies. Lies you've been telling yourself for too long. And as long as you let them dictate your actions, you'll stay exactly where you are. But 2025 is the year you flip the script. It's the year you decide that the old version of you isn't running the show anymore. It's time to step into the version of you who takes action without hesitation, who believes in their own ability to figure things out, and who doesn't let fear dictate their future. This new mindset isn't just about thinking differently, it's about acting differently, because thoughts without action are worthless. It's not enough to want it, it's not enough to dream about it, you have to do something about it. And that's where focus and discipline come in. Focus is about keeping your eyes on the prize no matter what distractions come your way. It's about saying no to the things that don't serve your goals even when they're tempting. Discipline is about doing the work day in and day out even when you don't feel like it. It's about showing up for yourself even when no one else is watching, even when the results aren't coming as fast as you'd like. Here's the thing, anyone can be motivated for a moment. Anyone can set big goals and get excited about them, but motivation fades. Excitement wears off. What separates the winners from everyone else is the ability to stay disciplined when the initial hype is gone, when the grind feels boring, when the progress feels slow. That's when your new mindset kicks in. That's when you remind yourself why you started and you keep going. And let me tell you something else. This isn't just about you. Your growth, your transformation, your success is going to inspire other people. It's going to show the people around you what's possible when you commit to becoming the best version of yourself. But that can only happen if you stop playing small. Playing small might feel comfortable, but it's not serving you. It's not serving the people who look up to you. It's not serving the dreams you have inside you. And the longer you stay stuck in your comfort zone, the harder it'll be to break out. That's why 2025 is the year you have to do things differently. This is the year you wake up every day with a sense of purpose. The year you stop coasting through your routines and start attacking your goals with energy and urgency. The year you hold yourself to a higher standard, not because someone else expects it from you, but because you expect it from you. Imagine who you'll become by the end of this year if you stay consistent. Imagine the confidence you'll build, the respect you'll earn from yourself, and the opportunities that will come your way because of the work you put in. That's what's waiting for you on the other side of focus and discipline. You have everything you need to succeed in 2025, but only if you commit to bringing a new mindset, a sharper focus, and a stronger discipline to the table. This is your time to stop wishing and start working. Stop hoping and start hustling. Stop playing small and start playing big. This year isn't going to hand you anything, but it'll give you exactly what you earn. And if you show up with the right energy, the right mindset, and the right level of discipline, you'll be unstoppable. You're capable of more than you know. Now it's time to prove it. Let's get to work. Success doesn't come to those who wait for the perfect conditions. It doesn't come to those who sit on the sidelines hoping the stars will align or that someone will come along and hand them a breakthrough. Success comes to those who are willing to show up day after day and fight for it even when it feels like nothing is working. The truth is, no one is going to give you the life you want. It's on you to build it. And you owe it to yourself to stop waiting and start working. Too often, people get stuck in the idea that they need permission to chase their dreams. They think they need someone to validate their goals or tell them it's okay to go after what they want. But let me tell you something. The only permission you need is from yourself. You don't need anyone else to believe in your vision. You need to believe in it. You need to believe in you. Because if you don't, who else will? This is the year to stop second-guessing yourself. Stop holding back because you're afraid of failing or because you don't feel ready. Let me be real with you. You're never going to feel 100% ready. That moment where everything feels perfect, it doesn't exist. What does exist is this moment right now where you can decide to stop letting fear and self-doubt control your future. Fear is always going to be there. It doesn't go away. But the people who succeed aren't the ones who never feel fear. They're the ones who act in spite of it. They're the ones who say, I'm scared, but I'm doing it anyway. because they know that fear is just a feeling, and feelings don't have to dictate your actions. You're stronger than your fear. You're bigger than your doubts. And the only way to prove that to yourself is to take action. Action is the great equalizer. It doesn't matter where you're starting from. It doesn't matter what resources you have or don't have. What matters is that you take the first step, and then the next, and the next. Every step you take is a vote of confidence in yourself. Every time you show up, even when it's hard, you're building momentum. And that momentum, that's what changes everything. But let's get real. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have days where it feels like nothing is happening, where it feels like all your effort is going to waste. You're going to have moments where you question whether it's even worth it. But here's the thing. Those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments where you have to dig deep and remind yourself why you started. Because if you can push through the hard times, if you can stay consistent when it feels like nothing is working, that's when you separate yourself from everyone else. Most people quit when it gets hard. They let the discomfort, the fear, and the doubt convince them to stop. But not you. Not this year. This is the year you keep going. This is the year you decide that your goals are non-negotiable, that quitting is not an option. And let me tell you something, when you stay consistent, when you keep showing up, the results will come. Maybe not as quickly as you'd like, but they will come. Success doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen for those who are willing to do the work day in and day out. It happens for the people who show up when no one else is watching. It happens for the people who stay disciplined even when they're tired, even when they're discouraged, even when it feels like nothing is working. This is the year to be that person, the person who refuses to quit, the person who keeps their promises to themselves. The person who fights for their future like their life depends on it, because it does. Imagine what your life could look like a year from now if you commit to showing up for yourself every single day. Imagine the confidence you'll have. That version of you is waiting, but you have to do the work to meet them. This is your time. You owe it to yourself to stop holding back. You owe it to yourself to stop making excuses. You owe it to yourself to start living the life you've been dreaming of. No more waiting, no more hesitating. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is your decision to go after it. So stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for someone else to believe in you. Believe in yourself, take action, and let this be the year you prove to yourself just how powerful you really are. Let's go. You owe it to yourself to push through the hard days. The truth is, every journey to success comes with moments of doubt, frustration, and exhaustion. It's easy to stay motivated when things are going well, but what separates those who succeed from those who are short is how they respond when the going gets tough. And let me tell you something, those hard days aren't obstacles, they're opportunities. They're the moments where growth happens. They're the moments that test your character and build your resilience. Think about it. If success were easy, everyone would have it. If achieving greatness didn't require sacrifice and struggle, then it wouldn't mean anything. The challenges you face aren't there to stop you, they're to make you stronger. They're there to teach you lessons, sharpen your focus, and prepare you for what's ahead. But the only way to get through them is to face them head on. Most people give up when things get tough. They let the discomfort, the fear, and the setbacks convince them that their dreams aren't worth it. But not you. Not this year. This is the year you stop running from the hard days and start embracing them. Because the hard days are where champions are made. The hard days are what build the person who doesn't just talk about success, but lives it. On those days when it feels like everything is going wrong, you have to dig deep. You have to remind yourself why you started in the first place. What's your vision? What's your why? When the grind gets tough, when the results aren't coming as fast as you like, your why is what will keep you going. It's what will remind you that the pain, the struggle, and the sacrifices are all worth it. Let me tell you something about pain. It's temporary. It might last a day, a week, or even a few months, but it doesn't last forever. What does last are the results you create by pushing through that pain. The rewards of progress, the pride you feel when you look back and realize you didn't quit, those are permanent. That's what makes every hard day worth it. And here's the thing, every time you push through a tough moment, you're proving something to yourself. You're proving that you're stronger than you think. You're proving that you can handle whatever life throws at you. You're building confidence, discipline, and mental toughness. Those aren't just skills, they're superpowers. Because once you realize you can survive the hard days, nothing can stop you. But it's not just about surviving, it's about thriving. It's about using those hard moments as fuel. When you're tired, push a little harder. When you're frustrated, channel that energy into your work. When you're doubting yourself, remind yourself of everything you've already overcome. Every challenge you face is a chance to grow. And every time you rise to the occasion, you're one step closer to becoming the person you're meant to be. This year, I want you to make a commitment to yourself. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how many obstacles you face, promise yourself that you won't quit. Promise yourself that you'll keep going even when it feels impossible. Because the truth is, you're capable of so much more than you realize. You just have to give yourself the chance to prove it. Imagine what your life could look like if you stopped letting the hard days stop you. Imagine what you could accomplish if you refused to quit when things got tough. The version of you that you're working toward, that strong, confident, unstoppable version of you, is built in the moments when you want to give up but choose to keep going. It's not about being perfect. It's not about never feeling tired, discouraged, or overwhelmed. It's about showing up anyway. It's about giving your best, even when your best doesn't feel like enough. Because consistency beats perfection every time. And the only way to fail is to quit. So when those hard days come, and they will remember this, you're not alone. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has been where you are. They felt the doubt, the frustration, and the exhaustion. But they didn't let it stop them. And neither should you. You owe it to yourself to push through. You owe it to yourself to keep going, no matter what. Because on the other side of the hard days is the life you've been working for. On the other side is the version of you who didn't just dream about success, but made it happen. This is your year. This is your time. The hard days are coming, but so is your breakthrough. Stay the course, keep the faith, and keep moving forward. You've got this. Now go out there and prove it. Every great story begins with a decision to step out of comfort, embrace the unknown, and take control of what's ahead. Your story is no different. This year, everything changes when you decide to stop waiting, stop wishing, and start doing. There's no magic formula, no shortcut, and no savior coming to pave the way for you. It's on you to make it happen, and the sooner you accept that, the sooner you'll step into the life you've been dreaming of. Let's get one thing straight. The life you want isn't going to fall into your lap. It doesn't matter how talented you are, how many ideas you have, or how much potential you carry. None of it matters without action. Potential alone doesn't guarantee results. Dreams don't manifest without effort. If you're not putting in the work, if you're not moving forward, then all that talent and potential is just sitting there wasting. You owe it to yourself to get serious about your future. That means taking a long, hard look at where you are right now and asking yourself, is this enough? Is this the life you truly want? Or is there something more you've been holding yourself back from? Because if there's something more, if you feel deep down that you're capable of greater things, then it's time to stop settling and start climbing. Climbing isn't easy, though. It's uncomfortable, it's demanding, and sometimes it feels like you're not making any progress at all. But here's the truth. Growth happens in the discomfort. The moments when you feel stretched, challenged, and uncertain are the moments that shape you. You don't become stronger by staying in your comfort zone. You become stronger by stepping out, taking risks, and pushing through resistance. That resistance is where most people give up. They hit a wall. And instead of figuring out how to climb over it or break through it, they turn around and go back to what's safe. But let me tell you something, you're not most people. You're not here to play it safe. You're not here to live a life of mediocrity. You're here to break through that wall, to keep going even when it feels impossible, because what's on the other side is worth it. And let me be real with you, there will be setbacks. There will be failures. There will be moments when you feel like you're not good enough, not strong enough, or not capable enough. But those moments aren't here to stop you. They're here to teach you, to refine you, and to build you into the person you need to become. Every setback is an opportunity to learn. Every failure is a stepping stone towards success. The only way you truly fail is by giving up. This year, I want you to commit to one thing, refusing to quit. No matter how tough it gets, no matter how many times you fall, promise yourself that you'll get back up. Because persistence is what separates those who succeed from those. It's not about who's the smartest or the most talented. It's about who's willing to keep going when everyone else has stopped. You have to remind yourself daily while you're doing this. What's driving you? What's the vision you have for your life? On the days when motivation fades, it's your vision that will keep you moving forward. It's your why that will get you out of bed, that will make you push through the fatigue, and that will remind you that every step forward matters, no matter how small. You're not in competition with anyone else. This journey is yours. And the only person you need to be better than is the person you were yesterday. It's about progress, not perfection. It's about showing up every day, giving it your all, and trusting that the process will pay off. Imagine the version of you at the end of this year, the version of you who refused to quit, who faced challenges head on, and who took control of their life. That version of you is waiting. They're stronger, more confident, living a life that reflects their hard work. But to meet them, you have to put in the work now. You have to start today, not tomorrow, not next week, today. There's no better time to take control of your life than right now. You owe it to yourself to stop settling for less and start striving for more. You owe it to yourself to face your fears, overcome the obstacles, and build a life that you're proud of. This is your moment. This is your year. Stop waiting for the perfect time, because the perfect time doesn't exist. The only thing that matters is what you decide to do right now. So make the decision. Take the first step. Commit to the process. You owe it to yourself to give everything you've got, because you are capable of more than you know. Let 2025 be the year you prove it to yourself and to the world.